Hello friends, last time we completed our topic in welding discontinuity part 1 and this time we will cover welding discontinuity part 2. So before starting our technical topic, I am just starting with my favorite topic that are called principles. So in principle, as I told you last time, that we have categorized in two forms. Number one is the culture and number one is the continuous improvement. So what we learned in the culture, that is everyday learning, one. Second one is the respect every individual, lead with humility, behavior, anger management, and now we are discussing about continuous process. So number one we discussed seek perfection, and number two, or you can say cumulative, number 7, embrace scientific thinking. So friends, embrace scientific thinking is the very key part of continuous improvement process. So to understand embrace scientific thinking, I just want to say that every company have a defined system, defined rule and regulation, defined process to achieve a desired result. But what happens when you are thinking for next level result or next level improvement? For that, if you want to improve, then you have to experiment the embrace scientific thinking process in your system. What embrace scientific thinking? Embrace scientific thinking says you have to perform lots of experiment in your defined process to improve or make it more efficient. So before understanding completely the embrace scientific thinking, I just want to share one of my example. Some year ago, what happened, like I am in condition to handle all the new team member in my team, and I have almost 4-week backlog, and at that time it was a very horrible situation with me because company is in a critical situation, like everybody is asking for the result to me. Then what I decided, I did some experiment. Number one experiment what I did, that is the everyday training. Every day 1 hour training to all of my team member. So what I decided, if I given training to everyone, then it is very difficult to cover all the procedure, because all of you friends knows that in quality, in organization, we have lots of procedure, more than 70-80 procedure we have. So what I did, I segregated some of the procedure and give it some of the engineer. Like I have 13-14 engineer, so I have given 3 procedure to each and every one, and majority of procedure I keep my own. Then what will happen, like I started training on the procedure, I started training on the on job. Then what happened, like when X guy will give training to everyone, whatever misunderstanding or anything, I just corrected. So by doing this friends, in very shorter time our all of engineer understand and actually they know our all procedures. And second process what we do, I am very fond of colors. So I like lots of color in my cabin, lots of color in my quality department. So what I did, I did the time study of my workload, and my wish was like my engineer will plan by himself, and whatever he plan, he need to achieve it. I will not give the plan. That was my original thought process. So what I did, I make the plan like that every engineer or every process, I have split a complete day in 2 parts. Half day basis, like first half and second half. So what our engineer will do, they plan accordingly what they need to complete in first half, what they need to complete in second half. And I just trained them that you should they should target maximum 80 to 85% of the complete workload, so that they have enough time to complete the backlog or whatever. So after some time, like in a month time, we are in condition to achieve our goal also, and we are condition to fix the process also. So you know what scientific thinking says? Scientific thinking says that you can make process by your own. Don't understand that traditional process will give the result. Traditional process will give the result up to certain norms. But if you want a result up to that, then you have to do some experiment. Okay, so friends, I have some key part for embrace scientific thinking. So number one, going to Gemba. So going to Gemba, to understand this point, I just want to share that one of my boss named Satvir Singh, who worked in Maruti, who worked in Yamaha, so many Japanese company, he actually teach me that word. So go to Gemba means go to actual job place. What happen if any problem happens and you only listen the problem, then you cannot understand what is the problem is. So the best part is you need to go to actual place, talk to actual persons, what is the problem, understand the problem. If you understand the problem clearly or honestly, then you can resolve, you can give the efficient result on that problem. So number one part is the going to Gemba. Number second part is asking question. You have to ask question to all of your team members regarding that problem. Your question must be idealistic. You can ask the question. You can understand that if nobody knows the answer, that is okay, but ask the question. So people can understand up to your thought process, like what question you have, so they will think in that way. And third part is very important, that is the engaging others in discussion. So lots of companies are having the process like top to bottom, thought process or thinking process, decision process. But if you are talking about excellence, operation excellence companies, so they have the multiple kind of thought process like top to bottom also and bottom to top also. So my thinking process is, and embrace scientific thinking thought process is, if you get feedback from the bottom, then you can get the actual concern, actual things, so that you can improve it. So you have to take care this point, that whenever you go to Gemba, you have to engage everyone, shop floor guys also, your white collar team also, and you have to discuss among the people. So you can know the exact thing, what you want to encounter. Okay, the last one is the reflecting and adjusting. So whenever you make any plan, so you have the opportunity to adjust it also, because by the help of document, everything will reflect it. Like your experiment is going fail or whatever, so you can in a time you can adjust it. You can make some minor changes. And friends, I will also telling you one thing, like every experiment does not mean that experiment will going to pass. Experiment may go to fail, but if experiment go to fail, it does not mean that you are losing anything. However, you are gaining, because whenever you do the experiment, you can do the deep dive on the process, and when you do the deep dive in the process, you can definitely find out the solution for the next improvement point. Okay, so friends, now I am moving back to the circle, that is the PDCA circle. I know most of the guys heard about PDCA circle, means plan, do, check, act. But this is slightly different, that in place of C, it is the S. So P stand for plan, D stand for do, S stand for study, A stand for action. So what you need to do for every process improvement, while doing the experiment of any process, you have to make the plan. Plan will be the hypothesis. You have to visualize what you want. Suppose you have any work which have to complete in 10 hours, and you are thinking that this work need to complete in 4 hours. So what you need to do? You need to make a plan. Like, okay, I need to complete this work in 4 hours, not in 10 hours. Okay, now you make the experiment. The second point is the do. You have defined something, you have defined some checklist also to fill it out, and you have to convince your team member to complete it, to do it. So second is the try. Your team member and you should do it. Then third one is the study. While doing the activity, they have to fill the checklist for the time management study or for anything. Like you have to decide what problem you are encountering. Okay. Then study will reflect, basically studies reflect what is going. It is going fail, it is going pass, what is it? If it is going fail, you need to decide the fourth point is action. You need to adjust. You need to slightly change your tactics or whatever. Your strategy you can change also. Like minor or major, whatever you decide based on the result. If you change the minor thing, then again you need to wait for the next result. So you're like you can visit bi-weekly or weekly itself. You can review everything, and based on that you need to take the decision. So friends, when you apply this process, you can execute your experiment for succeeding the process. So I hope you understand better for embrace scientific thinking. Now time come for technical process, that is welding defects part 2. So last time we completed in part 1, that is the crack, gas pores, pipes, cavity, solid inclusion, lack of fusions, and this time in part 2 we will cover lack of penetration, surface and profile, mechanical or surface damage, misalignment. So friends, in this I am going to start with the weld root imperfection. So in a very left side you can see that is the lack of root fusion. Lack of the root fusion shows in this figure that one side of the parent metal is not properly fused with the weld metal. However, in the right side of the this picture you can see the weld metal is not completely fused or filled the both side of the parent metal. So in lack of root penetration, what will happen when welder performing the welding? So welding bead is not properly penetrate the back side of the plate, or you can say the root side of the plate. So in this friends, you can see the certain reasons for this kind of defect. So number one reason may be the excessive thick root face in the butt weld. So friends, if you remember in last class we have discussed about root face, root gap and so many terminology. So if root face, what is in the root side, is higher in thickness, then it may chance during the welding the root face will not going to melt. When root face is not going to melt, then it may chances that the liquid metal of the weld metal is not going to completely penetrate. So that may be one of the reason for lack of penetration. And second, too small the root gap. Root gap normally friends, we have taken like the dia of the electrode, and when we have taken the root gap low, then it may chances that the penetration of the weld is not properly penetrate the root. Then third one, you can see friends that misplaced weld, when the welder is not completely taking the alignment of the welding plate, and one welding plate bevel is different side, and opposite side of the welding on the parent plate is bevel created another side. So it is a problem of compound bevel. So compound bevel must be straight, or you can say the in a proper alignment, so penetration problem will not happen. Then next, you can see the incomplete root fusion when too low an arc energy or heat input. So friends, normally if you remember that during the qualification of welding plate, we need to always take the higher heat input in the root welding. the reason behind, because the root welding need to melt the root face also, fill the root gap also. So if we are not taking the proper or higher heat input, then it may chances that the welding electrode will not properly penetrate the plates. The fourth one is, friends, the too small bevel angle. If you remember the last class, we have discussed about the bevel angle, included angle. So bevel angle is too low, then may it chances that penetration will not properly happen. The last one is the too large diameter of electrode in MMA welding. As I discussed earlier also, that if the if we have taken the less root gap, so we cannot achieve the proper proper penetration on the root. So in a similar way, when we have the root gap but higher in dia of the electrode, when higher in dia and electrode, then may is chance that penetration will not properly fuse. So at that cases, like the root gap will be taken on basis of electrode what we are going to use in the root. So friends, the next defect we are going to discuss, that is the cap undercut. So cap undercut, friends, happen when the welder is performing welding with, and at the time of welding, the parent metal going to melt. So you can see ascent of the weld metal, you can see some of the parent metal is melted, and it's created some notches. So this is very dangerous defect, friends, because this may create the stress concentration. So normally recommendation is, whenever any welder found such kind of discontinuity or defect, he need to smooth ground it, or if required need to weld it again. So friends, undercut, if you are seeing in radiograph, so there is two type of undercut shown in this picture. If you are referring the left side, you can see in the root side undercut is shown. So once a root side undercut is there, so you can find in radiograph just adjacent to the center of the welding bead. So in welding bead center, just adjacent to the welding bead center, you can find darker line which shows the root undercut. If you refer the right hand side figure, so you can see the the parent metal is melted in the top of it, and you can see in the side of the welding bead side in radiograph, it's a darker, which shows that cap undercut. So while reviewing the radiograph, you have to very particular. Once it is just parallel and side of the side of the welding bead in radiograph, it is the cap undercut, and once it comes in the just adjacent to the center of the welding bead, it's called root undercut. So friends, now we will discuss about the surface and profile. So I am showing three picture for you. Number one, incomplete filled groove. So you can see the welding bead is not properly feed in the weld metal, which is lesser than the parent metal. So the thickness of the weld metal is low, so which is not acceptable at all. In second figure, you can see the welding bead is having the waviness, and which is creating some different layer, which is also not acceptable. So like welder need to smooth it and do the proper reinforcement. And in the third one, you can see the excessive cap height, so which is also not acceptable, and it may create the stress concentration in the weld. So normally if I refer some of the specification which says that up to 3 mm weld reinforcement will be acceptable. So if more than 3 mm will be not acceptable, because this may create the stress concentration, and due to this is stress concentration,
the overall weld will be destroyed, because it may start any cracking or anything. So friends, if you see this kind of discontinuity in radiograph terms, so in left side of the figure you can see the excessive weld reinforcement. So you can see the welding bead in the radiograph looks lighter, very lighter. So once it shows very lighter, it means the welding reinforcement is too high. And in the second picture, in the right side, incomplete filled groove, it means radiograph that welding bead is too dark. So you have to understand that welding profile is less than as required. So friends, in this picture you can see the weld reinforced in the root of the weld. That is the bevel and this is the root. So root side you can see the high reinforcement, that is called excessive root penetration. It may happen because once welder is performing welding and he stops in a particular location. When welder stop in a particular location with higher current, then it may happen. You can also say the low travel speed. So next defect we are discussing about the overlap, an imperfection at the two or root of a weld caused by metal flowing onto the surface of the parent metal without fusing to it. Whenever friends our welder is keeping higher current, then it may chances that the liquid metal of the weld metal is flow on the parent metal, and that is not actually fused the parent metal. So you can see the causes. Number one cause is shown, the contamination. If any oil, gas, oil, liquid and grease or any kind of dust, dirt, corrosion is happened, then it may happen. The second one is the slow travel speed. At the time of slow travel speed, the current is going to high, and the liquid metal is flowing, not melting the parent metal. And the third one is the incorrect welding technique. Once we are not using the correct welding technique, then it may happen. The last one is the current are too low. When current is too low, it means the welded metal or electrode is melt only, not the parent metal. Then such kind of discontinuity may show. So friends, in macro, you can see that weld metal is not completely filled or completely fused with the parent metal. You can see in the left side figure, that is the toe overlap, and in the toe overlap in the right side figure, this is the fillet weld you can see. So friend, this is the setup irregularity. So setup irregularity, we are having two kind of. Number one, the linear misalignment. Number two, the angular misalignment. In linear misalignment, once you are welding in pipe, you are making the pipe, welded pipe with the help of plate, bended plate. So the alignment is not proper. It's a high or low kind of. Then such kind of problem may happen. And you can also check with high-low gauge, which you can find in the market, and you can check how many mm is high and low of the both end. And second is the angular misalignment, friends. So I hope most of you guys knows about that once you are performing the welding qualification, you are applying some some plates on the back side of the welding plate to protect from the deformation. But sometimes you can also find the angular misalignment, which can be measured in terms of degree. So in this figure though, friends, you can see the setup irregularity like linear misalignment. So you can check with the high-low gauges. If any linear misalignment, you are reviewing the radiograph, and in welding bead, one side is the lighter, another side is the higher or darker. So you can find this is the linear misalignment. So this figure we already discussed, friend. But this is the concave root. Basically, concave root is a shallow groove which may occur in the root of the butt weld. The main reason of the concave root are excessive back purging pressure during TIG welding. When welder is performing GTAW process, so friends, you know that welder is applying back purging with the help of argon gas from the back of the welding side, and sometimes pressure of the back welding or argon gas cylinder is high, so such kind of problem may happen. The second point, the main reason is the excessive root bead grinding before the application of the second pass. So once our welder is doing the excessive root bead grinding before the second pass, this may happen. The third one is the welding current too high for second pass overhead welding. When welder is performing the overhead welding and current is too high, so what will happen? The first root, the first layer of the welding may got, due to gravity, may got melted and down. So you can find such kind of discontinuity. And fourth one is the root gap too large. If root gap is too large, excessive waviness, then you can find such kind of discontinuity. So friends, in macro you can observe such kind of figure. And if we are talking about the radiography, so very left side you can see the root concave root rather. So you can see that in the radiography bead, in the center portion of the bead will be darker in density in the radiograph, that is called concave root. And in the right side where excessive root penetration shown, it shows in radiography lighter. So lighter means excessive root penetration, and once darker, because why it is darker? Because thickness is going to less. When thickness is going to less, it seems darker, and once thickness is going to high, it seems lighter. So which one is lighter is called excessive root penetration, which one is darker is called concave root. So friends, this is burn through. Many of my friends knows about burn through. Burn through is a basically localized collapse of the weld pool due to excessive penetration resulting in a hole in the root run. This may causes due to high ampere and voltage, small root face, large root gap, and slow travel speed. So friends, you can see burn through like this in actual plate. In particular location, once current is higher or any reason may happen, then parent metal as well as weld metal fall below the weld plate. So you can see such kind of indication, and you can also find similar indication in radiograph also in very right side of this picture. So this is called oxide root. Some people called this. This is due to loss of insufficient back purging gas, like in GTA welding, especially in stainless steel. Once a welder is performing welding and not applying the back purging argon gas or nitrogen gas, helium gas, whatever, so such kind of discontinuity you can find. This is a black in nature, looks like oxidized. So friend, this is arc strike. Arc strike basically happened when welder is striking electrode on the parent metal. So this is very very dangerous, because on the parent metal it creates hot area on particular location where he strike. So the main reason is accidental striking of the arc on the parent metal, the faulty electrode holder, poor cable insulation, and poor return lead clamping. This is called spatter, friends. I think most of the people you know about that. Once welder is using higher current, then this kind of hot globular particle is spread on the parent metal, and this is also very dangerous for the parent metal because it may also create the hot pass in the parent metal. So the main reason of the spatters are excessive current, damp electrode, contamination, incorrect wire feed speed when welding with GMAW or MAG welding process, arc blow. Arc blow we already discussed in last class, friends. Once our material is magnetized and we are trying to weld it, so at that time high spatter created. So friends, there are lots of mechanical damages also during the welding. There are some damages I shown, like grinding damage, hammering damage, chiseling damage, chipping damage, breaking of welded attachments, torn surfaces, using needle gun to compress, weld capping runs. So these are basically mechanical damage we observe on the component. So see the figure, you can see that in the top side of the plate you can see the chipping marks, like welder is trying to eliminate or trying to remove the slag from the welding bead, but unknowingly he put the chisel on the parent metal. In the second side, due to any wrongness, he used the grinding over the parent metal. So due to this, the thickness of the parent metal got less.
Friends, I hope you like my video. If you do like my video, please like, subscribe. Thank you so much for your patience, for hearing me. Thank you so much.